30,000 Los Angeles school workers are going on strike to support over workers' pay.
Thousands of students are unable to attend classes because of a 3-day strike in the second largest school district in the country. Support staff are leading this strike in Los Angeles, 35,000 teachers joining them in solidarity. The workers say that their salaries are so low that many are at risk of living on the streets. Carter Evans is covering this for us in Los Angeles. Carter, good morning.
Good morning, Tony. This is a school bus yard behind me, and as you can see, picketers are out in force here, and they're planning to be out in force around Los Angeles today. 30,000 workers for the union representing support staff like teachers' aides, bus drivers, custodians. They're planning to strike for 3 days. Also, teachers from the school district are planning to join in solidarity. So that means hundreds of thousands of kids will not be going to school for the next couple of days. Now, the news comes after failed negotiations between the district and the union earlier on Monday. The union wants a 30% raise. Now, they say average salaries for support staff total about $25,000 a year, and that puts many of them below the poverty line, especially when you factor in inflation and the rising cost of housing. The school district is countered with a 23% raise offer and a cash bonus and says the door is open to continue negotiations. Now, Los Angeles is the second largest school district in the country, so this is going to impact about...
Aren't LA teachers paid a lot more than support staff? LA teachers are paid more than the support staff, but LA teachers also are, actively showing solidarity, so the support staff get paid more. That's what's going on right now. The LA teachers are also, the LA teachers themselves are also, in talks, if I'm not mistaken, to also raise their salaries and maybe additional benefits as well. So, but this isn't the reason for the strike at the moment.
About 500,000 students, and in preparation for all of this, about 1,000 schools are going to be open today, but with no educational staff, so there's not going to be any instruction, just some supervision. Also here in Los Angeles, many families...
I mean, they're like not talking about some of the main aspects of this, but like the LAUSD is massive. It's the second largest school district. Is it largest or the second largest? Well, it's one of the largest school districts in the country, right? And one of the things is that, like, they have $5 billion in reserve funds right now that they're not tapping into, and I don't really know why the fuck they're not doing that. Maybe it's because they want to pay the superintendent. I don't know if the reserves are where the superintendent funds come from, but as we know, the LA USD superintendent is getting paid $440,000 a year. That's more than Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles. It's more than the governor Gavin Newsom. It's more than the fucking president, as a matter of fact. So, like they have a lot of funds, and it doesn't make any sense not to. Fucking put some of those funds to use here. But the guy that they put here from Miami, from Florida, is basically there to ensure that this kind of stuff gets washed away quickly. He'll say things like, "We want to pay them more. We are looking into ways of doing it," while never really doing that. It's the entire purpose of people like that is, high ticket fundraiser Democratic Party donors love also robbing the public education coffers and swapping those funds over to charter schools in an effort to undermine public education in general. So, that's precisely what's going on here. It's like one of the last bastions of socialization in the country is also being undermined. That's why you have a lot of these fucking freaks like Lauren Boebert or numerous others talking about how we need to abolish the Department of Education. Like, just really fucked up stuff, man. Really, really fucked up, terrifying shit. The EdTech for-profit company I work for is having tutors act as a scab and cover education during the strike via online tutoring. Many of us feel wrong about it, and I called out today a bunch of corporate bullshit. Their deposits are not reoccurring revenue, so it doesn't make financial sense to use. It's federal COVID relief funds, so they're going to disappear over time and they're not be replenished. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But that is just a in the meantime, we fund you using this reserve that we have, and then we put it on the fucking ballot. there's always dollars that you can also move away from one place to the other. For the record, I hope you understand that. Like Los Angeles is not like California. The state of California is a fucking nation state. You know, a pretty big one too. $5 billion goes a very long way. It would absolutely be enough to, at the very least, hold people over until they either, one, find a way to make more dollars work, take it from other places, or two, put a ballot initiative forward after that to either replenish the reserve funds or by directly funding a pay increase for the staffers inside of the LAUSD.
Good evening, UTLA family. We are in the middle of some fast-moving developments.
I'll just say it like this, though: a lot of the rich moms and dads that I know that do have their children, because they're in nice neighborhoods, they do have their children in public schools. At least for like, primary education, maybe not high school. Maybe they'll move over to a high school that's private because LA private is like pretty big. They're very upset. They are not very happy with this. They're not happy with the UTLA. They think what the UTLA is doing is really fucked up. They're like, why are you showing solidarity?
Tonight, we connect in our virtual space on the latest news. Up top, I have to say how inspiring last week's rally was. We put more than 45,000 people in the streets of downtown Los Angeles. We dominated the media, and we even caused LAUSD to trend on Twitter. That's the power of UTLA and SEIU United. Shout out to all the members who carpooled together, who metroed together, and who danced together in Grand Park. It was great to see folks who brought their 2019 strike gear, including those tricked out umbrellas I remember all too well from our soggy time on the picket lines. We bring the power and that spirit of the 2019 strike into our work now. Tomorrow, Tuesday, SEIU 99 begins its 3-day UPC strike, and we begin our solidarity strike alongside them. Folks, supporting the SEIU.
I'm asking this as a genuine question. Do you think in your utopia world will there still be incentives? Yes, there are a million different social incentives that will always exist. And yes, I believe some people should, of course, be paid higher than others for not for more hard work, but for the output. Okay? Especially in a transitional state that we're speaking of. Socialism in and of itself is about the value that you put in and how much more of it or how much control you have over that value. Not about like equally giving everybody the same for the I hope you understand and provide a reasonable and provide a reasonable answer. I mean, this guy's a 5-month subscriber. He's just like fucking around. I got duped into talking about that, but in your utopia world, get the fuck out, dumbass. I mean, hey, listen, it was an educational moment for a lot of people who maybe also had that question. Right now, people do not get paid off of how much profit that they generate or how much profit the company makes, okay? Or in general, when we talk about profits, okay, it is not considered. Like what to do with that profit would never be considered. Like the people that are generating that value would never have a say in how that profit is discussed or wow, my brain is blanking today. I am really on one. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. People have no say in how those profits get distributed, okay? Whether it be more, whether it be like, you know, beefing up the marketing budget, whether it be fucking whether it be increasing salaries, whether it be hiring new talent, all that sort of stuff. Okay? That is what people fight for. Unions are one way to at least have a seat at the table when discussions are being made.
Strike is the righteous thing to do. And it is also the strategic thing to do as well. Our solidarity strike is righteous because for far too long, classified staff have suffered with poverty, wages, and disrespect. Local 99 members are teaching assistants, bus drivers, special ed aides, supervision aides, cafeteria workers, campus aides, parent community reps, custodial workers, and more. Our schools do not run without Local 99.
What kind of other incentives might encourage future workers? I'm assuming everything not costing crazy amounts like rent and gas stops money from being as big as an incentive. Why? Like, what I do is not work because I love what I do, and it's it's not for everybody, but it's for me, and I love what I do, and I think I'm very fortunate to be able to have this job. But it's not the money that motivates me to fucking stream 10 hours a day. There are other incentives there, okay? There are other incentives. You get it? It gives me a lot of fulfillment. Okay, I get welcomed by a community of like-minded individuals, like people that created how did you say this lady has a lot of AIDS? Oh, they were making a fucking South Park style joke. Jesus Christ. I guess agriculture invented itself since there was no money in it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was addicted to streaming before I made money. It was not because like I was going to make a fuckload of money. I never thought I would make this much money. Money isn't the incentive. Money is rarely ever the incentive for a lot of people who are passionate about what they do. The goal is to make sure that like you can pursue your passions when you don't fucking have to struggle to make ends meet.
The average salary of a Local 99 member is $25,000 a year. 24% of Local 99 members have reported that they don't have enough to eat. 1 in 3 Local 99 members have reported being houseless or at risk of becoming houseless while working for LAUSD. Keeping families in poverty affects our students and affects our schools. Their contract expired 2 years ago. They are demanding a 30% pay increase along with equity adjustments.
Bro, as someone who was fortunate enough to be able to find a place to live for free because of a second job that I took on when I first lived in California, and my salary was 21 grand. It is unimaginable to have a 25K salary in Los Angeles. That is insane, okay? I don't know how the fuck any of the... And that was like 10 years ago, too. So that is mind-boggling to me. The fact that these people are getting paid 25 grand is mind-boggling. That is literally unlivable in like Alabama, dude. What the fuck? It's unimaginable. Unimaginable. Hassan looking... so sexy in the suit, totally not my type, but still hot. Like, I could totally see why people would want him badly, but, like, not my thing. Thanks, man. These aren't teacher salaries, for the record. These are custodians and staff and you know, I guess special needs staff, like people that fucking drive bus drivers that drive the special needs kids. Like, shit like that, you know, still profoundly important, but it doesn't even fucking matter. Like, it doesn't even matter because, like, no one should be working a full-time job where the amount of money that they make is not a living wage. 25K does not even come close to meeting the bottom barrier of that.
Full-time hours and health insurance for those who do not have it. Carvalho, who negotiated a $90,000 increase to his own salary and who makes $440,000 a year, said Local 99 members were creating a circus by fighting for basic living wages. This strike is specifically in protest of the dozens of unfair labor practices that LAUSD has been committing against SEIU Local 99 members. Our solidarity strike is also
I also have a good propaganda point for this. Like, this guy is a Florida guy. Like, California has a lot of faults, okay? California has a lot of failures, but in many ways, despite being a neoliberal shithole for the most part, there are certain things that California does right? You know, whether it be like Governor Gavin Newsom posturing against Walgreens or shit like that, defending trans rights, things of that nature, right? And no, I don't mean California has a lot of faults like the San Andreas fault. Good one, though. So, you know, don't fucking Florida my California, bitch. I pay a lot of taxes, motherfucker, okay? All right? I pay a lot of fucking taxes. I don't want some Florida fuckface coming in here and making my California education system closer to Florida. I don't want that shit. Get the fuck out of here. As a rich guy, I don't like that, okay? Pay the fucking custodians more. What the hell is this bullshit? Pay a lot in fucking taxes. Why is that always going to the police force? Meanwhile, you fucking call the cops for anything, you're going to get put on hold. Let's be real. LAPD, always on hold, baby. Yeah, as a rich guy. Yeah, I don't like that. You know?
Strategic move because it will help us win. This solidarity strike is one step closer for all of us getting a strong contract because it will show the collective power of worker solidarity in LAUSD in a way they've never experienced before. This is our opportunity to demonstrate that collective power in a way that will impact our relationship with the district for the Beyond Recovery contract demands this school year and the future of public education. Let's remember what we are fighting for: a 20% salary increase, lower class sizes, more.
Police departments are defunded. As a result, there's less cops for calls. This is what y'all wanted. Hey, man. Do you have what community? Do you have any idea what fucking community you're in? I think the police departments were defunded. Where? Point to me on the map where these supposed police departments were defunded. Especially in Los Angeles? Let me run that by you real quick. $8 million a day. Do you know what that is? Do you think that that's how much money I make? If you think that that's how much money I make, you'd be wrong. That's how much money the Los Angeles Police Department spends on the motherfucking daily. Okay? On the motherfucking daily. The police department budget is literally $2 billion. The Los Angeles City Council recently voted to cut $150 million out of the Los Angeles Police Department's $1.8 billion operating budget for the 2020-2021 fiscal year, says Cubano Kush, thinking that this is a good argument, thinking that I haven't even considered this. Oh, my God. That was off of the additional pay raises that they were going to get. That $150 million is off the tippy top. They already got it. Not only did they get all the fucking COVID money, okay, which was a fat fucking bonus for them. Not only did they also get additional funding on top of that, the only area where they shaved was $150 or $150 million, instead of, I guess, an additional $150 million they were going to get on top of the additional money they're getting. So they still got a pay raise in their budget, just less, $150 million less, which seems like a lot of money. But, you know, give or take, that's what, 15, 20 days in their budget? Think about that. They got defunded by $150 million while they were getting funded more. So their budget increased, just the part of the increase got shaved off a little bit off the tippy top. That is not defunding, you fucking dense. Oh, you were, okay. I thought you were, so the defunded police are in the room with you right now, so defunded. Yeah. They just didn't get as big as a pay raise as they wanted. LAPD is missing more than 600 officers for all area commands. Don't come at me with some fucking blue flu nonsense. These fucking fat piglets literally live in a different planet, okay? They got Norway-style social democracy for them and them only. You understand? Even before COVID and before this supposed defunding happened, which I just showed you that it never really happened, notice how you turned around and didn't talk about how the police are defunded, but instead talked about how there aren't 600 officers for all area commands. Why did you shift the goalposts over to how there aren't enough police officers now? Now, let me explain something to you. Cops were fucking dog shit at their jobs before COVID and before this supposed defunding that didn't really happen, as I explained to you. Okay? Some of them died from COVID. Some of them also quit their jobs because they didn't want to get a boo-boo on their arms because they were going to retire soon anyway. They all got their fucking fat little pensions. They have all the money. They weren't doing a good job before the supposed defunding that never happened, and they're still not doing a good job, and they can just get away with saying shit like this, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry will be like, well, I guess there's 600 less cops over how many police are in Los Angeles Police Department? Okay, LAPD, what is it? Leo number. How many law enforcement officers in LAPD? 10,000 officers. And this motherfucker's talking about how 600 less officers are the reason why you're always on hold. How many more fucking officers do you need to stop crime? How many more dollars do you need? I've had two of my friends have their cars stolen. In both circumstances, the cops literally laughed at them and were like, yeah, sorry, dog, you're on your own. It's like, that's Grand Theft Auto. It's got a whole ass different designation for it because of the severity of the fucking crime. It's got a different designation. It's not like your iPhone got stolen, which would be technically grand larceny, but it doesn't even matter, right? Because nobody's going to chase after that shit. Get the fuck out of here. You think if it was 10,600, would we have enough cops on the streets? Or do you think these fucking fat piggies never work? And they know they don't have to because dumbasses like you will subscribe to a fucking anti-capitalist Twitch streamer for 5 months and still not get this through their dense ass fucking skull and will do propaganda for them. Like you're a fucking Minnesota wine mom watching local news, hearing about how terrifying young black children are in the streets and how cops simply can't do anything. Come on, man. Whew, I love the stream, and while I agree with most of my viewpoints, LAPD, like many departments nationwide, have seen a lack of police due to a call for less funding and increased violence on peace officers. Suck my cock. That is fucking sane, dude. An increased violence on peace officers? What are you, the fucking Leo PR guy here? What the hell? What violence? The violence of COVID? Or the violence of getting out of your fucking cruiser for once and actually chasing a suspect and dying from heart disease? Or is it the violence of throwing up the fucking lights every time you want to cut a fucking red light and getting T-boned by a truck? Motherfucker said peace officers, more like death officers, okay? What violence? Is it the violence of the vaccine? Vaccine injury violence. Brother, you have been propagandized. You have been lied to. You are doing the bidding of the police departments nationwide. Okay? We're not even fucking talking about how like violent and unaccountable cops are. Okay? I've moved past that point. Right now, I'm just talking about how bad of a job they do all the fucking time and how so many liberals turn around and let that shit happen. They go, they need $4 billion and then this would be fixed. They need another submarine. And then they can actually solve crime. You know, nautical crime. Nobody ever talks about that. They need a 15th helicopter. They need better batons to beat the shit out of homeless people. You know what I mean? Crazy. Crazy. It's a well-known fact, especially cities such as mine in Las Vegas. There's also less civilian staffing positions, e.g. dispatch due to low pay and high stress. Yeah. I mean, my lord, dude. It must be tasty, though. The boots got to be tasty as fuck. You know what I mean? Because I've never seen someone defend sucking on them this hard. I think the LAPD already has 15 helicopters. I'm at 15 other helicopters. Yeah, I know nobody defunded the police. I know. Our analysis of over 400 American municipal budgets found that police departments in America got more or less the same amount of money in 2021 that they did the previous 3 years. The budget cuts that did pass in a handful of cities were modest compared to the size of the total budget. Notice how that guy, by the way, immediately shifted over and said there's not enough cops. And then notice how we started. He said police were defunded. Immediately said that's not true. Turned around and he said, well, actually, there's 600 police officers that are missing from the job for positions that they need, which is bullshit PR from cops. And I said, out of 10,000, you think 600 extra cops is going to actually, bridge the gap? Notice how he then turned around and said, it's actually because there's a call for less funding and increased violence on peace officers. So no real funding diminished at all. But it's a call alone that actually got cops to run away. And then turned around and said there's violence on peace officers, which is laughable. The goalposts are on a different planet at this point. Okay? They've literally gone past California. They went all the way to fucking Las Vegas. They went to Nevada. Okay? Yeah, their overtime budget is out of control. LA got the police budget, then put $47 million in overtime on the city's credit card. That was another thing. Overtime is the way that these motherfuckers make so much more money, too. If there's one point that I have been so consistent on, it is the violent crime has increased bullshit narrative, or property crime has increased bullshit narrative, and the defund the police movement destroy the police force narrative. I've been actively arguing against both of these fucking bullshit PR propaganda talking points that you hear from your local news all day, every fucking day. And you can shift the goalposts all you want. I know all the talking points, and they are all easily dismissible. Okay? Bullshit. And as someone who pays more for the police budgets than your dad did, okay, I think we should get something in return. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of work, guys. Do your job. Fucking do your fucking job, okay? Do your fucking job. When you pay $5 a month here, you get a top of the hour ad break and you avoid it. Simple. Imagine if you paid $5 a month and didn't have the top of the hour ad break get removed. Imagine if you watched ads at the top of the hour if you subscribed, which is a way that you can avoid the top of the hour ad break. Now, that would be bullshit. Subscribe for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime and you avoid the top of the hour ad breaks. It's that simple. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky, and you will be able to avoid the top of the hour ad break then as well. Another way to do this. But I digress. At the top of the hour, there is a 3-minute ad break. Regardless, here's the 3-minute ad break now. It's white fragility baked into a profession is fucking crazy. Yeah, man, it is crazy. I just, like, I don't know any other job where there are people who are rewarded so greatly for being so bad at their fucking workforce, at their job. It's like mind-boggling to me. You know, it's very frustrating. And of course, because they are defenders of capital, they get away with it. I would be in favor of other people being shitty at their fucking jobs and still getting their, honest wages. Gucci down to the socks, but he needs your $5. I don't. It's not a donation. I'm not asking for it. I don't even have my TTS on. Also, my socks are Dolce & Gabbana, also stolen from Dolce & Gabbana. The rest is Gucci, also stolen. Socks are Dolce & Gabbana, also stolen. But that's the 5-finger discount, baby. Anyway, what are the cops going to do? Arrest me? Anyway, I'm joking. Yeah, a lot of guys joking today. So, how do we get here? We got here because I was talking about the 30,000 Los Angeles school workers who were going on strike over support over workers' pay. The Los Angeles Police Department with overtime, the unimaginable amounts of money they get while doing pretty much nothing, sitting on their fucking thumbs and eating donuts and looking at their fucking laptops and their cruisers as they cruise through the fucking red light, beaming, okay? Making everybody's lives less safe. Those fucking dipshits get paid like 10x what the average fucking LA United School District staffer gets paid. It's unimaginable. It's so fucked up. Just steal a car and they will never find you. You say that, but like kind of true. It's literally true. It's happened at least twice, anecdotally, to 2 of my fucking friends.
Families depend on the school district for meals for their children, so there will be food distribution sites around the county for the next 3 days. And of course, you can see all this rain here. We've got another one of those atmospheric rivers coming through, so it is going to be a very wet day.
That is the shittiest part about this. Is wet as fuck.